hello, hello. Great. Jama Kali, Jama Durga. Oh, let me do that the right way. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much. Jama Kali, Jama Durga, Thou to Shri Sai, may peace be with all of us. Okay. All right. So, hello, hello, hello. All right. So we are going to do something. We are going to start our lesson today, right? We are going to do something a little different because things are happening, and I'm going to discuss what's happening. I'm going to discuss what's happening and how we're going to move past this energy that is here. I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be 111. I just seen 111. I knew it was going to be crazy when, like, the energy felt when I decided to do a upasana to Devi. I knew it. 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 I knew it was going to be rough. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to guide me and direct me into the energy that the true authentic person that I really 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 pray and hope that the divine mother wants me to be, right? The minute that I said that I was going to do a devotion upasana to Devi, right? I knew that it was going to be tough. It's always tough. It's always tough when you face your mother with the truth. Okay. When you talk to your mom and you just get it out, like where you already done certain amount of healing work, right? You done a certain amount of healing work where um right, when you done a certain amount of healing work where you like, what else, what what else, my, right, what else I need to be doing. um and she started clearing air. She like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to leave these people alone, leave those people alone, you need to go this way, you need to do this, you need to spend on this, you need to spend on that. And you like, no, I'm the child, I know everything. I know everything. I'm smarter than you. I'm more hip to hip hop, right? I'm more hip to the slang of what's going on. I know me. I know me, right? And so the last lessons that thank you for that. Thank you so much. I paid that. All right. So the last lessons that we went through was we did 14 through 18. Okay, so we did vows 14 through 18, right? So let's go over vows 14 through 18. And y'all forgive me, I don't have my paper today, okay? I'm going to talk about that too. I don't have my notes that I usually take. I leave them on my desk, but they're not on my desk for some odd reason, right? And I'm saying some odd reason, but I know exactly what it is, right? But we're not gonna let that stop us. Okay, we're not gonna let that stop us. There's nothing that's coming into our energy but the divine mother telling us to color outside the lines. Okay. So we did 14 through 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the last lesson, it started at, we bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of patient forgiveness. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. Okay. Um, and we bow to the divine goddess. Oh wait, hold on. We bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of all living beings. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess who exists in all, and resides in the form of humility. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form of peace. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her, right? Now, the next lines, the next lines are, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form of faith. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form, in all existence. I'm sorry. We bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of beauty enhanced by love. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of true wealth. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess existing in all existence who resides in the form of desire. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her, right? And so, the next lines after what we went over, it is, we bow to the divine goddess who exists and we bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of faith, right? And I have faith, right? I hope that you guys are here. Y'all have faith. Even when you don't know what is happening, right? I hope that Divi gives you that faith. I hope that mine gives you that faith, right? Where it's like, I have faith that I always can depend on my mother. Okay? I know that. I know that no matter how much I fuck up, get my shit together, start over, restart, I don't care how far or wide I go out on the limb and get drawn back, I have faith that mine is always going to have my back. She ain't always going to agree with what I'm doing, right? She not always going to show up in a peaceful form, right? Because the line before this that we have went over is, we bow to the divine goddess in all existence who resides in the form of peace, right? So when I'm acting rah, 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 the divine mother still is in me, right? When anybody is acting all rah, 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 the divine mother is still in them. The card that I pulled today was Seeing God, okay, from the Bible Gita deck. The Gita deck, this is the deck, okay? All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough, okay? Thank you, appreciate that, but that's enough. All right, that's not what the lesson is about. I'm good. I'm not even flattered, but I appreciate you. Okay, and your things, you can take them back if you want to, but you know, it's up to you. but we're not lusting over here. So that's enough. Okay. We doing these Maa Durga lessons. Get the notebook. take notes. All right. So and I don't want to have to put you in timeout. Okay. So the lessons, right? Is seeing God in all. Okay? It's seeing God in all. And I've been so patient all week. I've been so patient. I've been very patient all week. And I know it has a lot to do with these lessons. It has a lot to do with these lessons. The way that, you know, my response has not been the normal response. Like, good job. It's good, huh? I did good job. You hungry? Okay. I made a lasagna. Okay. And so, it always happened like that too. Whenever I make it super small, it be too good. I made it super small. I don't know. They ain't gonna have no leftovers for tomorrow. So, anywho, and I did not use beef. Okay. Did I use beef? I used turkey for them. I don't eat birds. But I need to go get the garlic bread out the oven though. I'll be right back. Sire!
What's going on, son? Are you at, son? Where you at, son?
Here.
What this consist of?
What? That's just regular. Look at you. You like, what's this? This is nothing.
Come on. You want to get the regular bread when you make lasagna. You don't want to get the regular bread.
That's why I got the regular bread, because you complained last time. You think that's big enough?
For me?
Yeah.
Why are you breaking my bread off?
That's fine. It's okay right here. It's not easy when I eat some lasagna.
Can I have a piece of my belly eater?
Huh?
Can I have a piece of my belly eater?
Yeah. All right. Y'all, I got the blanket today because it's cold. It's cold. All right. So, and I did not feel like putting on jogging pants and all that stuff. Okay. If I go in my room, I'm going to bed. So, all right. So, patient forgiveness, right, was what the last lesson was on. And hold on a second. Hold on. All right. So, patient forgiveness is what the last lesson was on, right? And peace and humility and the homework that I gave y'all, right? that I gave us in order to move through it all week. If you are watching my lives, I know that y'all have been being triggered, right? If you watching these Maa Durga lessons, y'all have been being triggered into a healing. It's not just me that's going through it. It's not just me that's experiencing it, that's feeling it. Even if you don't wanna, do it, Maya is saying, I'm putting the energy into this lady, me, Alexis, right? She's sending the energy out, right? And maybe something I'm saying is triggering someone into a healing. And you know, we just gotta clear our own karma. We gotta clear our own karma. We gotta do our own work. We gotta show up with our own blessings. We have to do our own work, right? And so we have this homework that I gave y'all. And I'm about to be real honest with y'all, okay? I love this. I love when I be like, I'm about to be real honest and then be real honest and I drop something like, I didn't do the homework yet. I didn't do the homework yet. I got my coloring sheets right here. 2 days this week, I pulled up to FedEx and they closed at 7 o'clock. I get off at 6:30. I pull up to FedEx 2 times. One time I got there at 7:03. I knock on the door. I'm like, can I just print something? Self-print. I'm using a credit card. I don't need to use y'all kiosk. She like, we closed. Okay, fine. Another time, 7:08. I didn't even tap on the door this time. What I did was I called over to the other FedEx way down the street at by the Galleria Mall, right? I don't live by the Galleria Mall, but I called by the Galleria Mall. I'm talking about I do live by the Galleria Mall, but I don't live that close. Okay, I'm coming from work. I passed 3 FedExes, so I could not get to the closest one. It was closed. So I'm like, all right, the FedEx is closed, right? The FedEx closed. So I go down to the one that's by the Galleria. 30 minutes out the way. 30 minutes out the way. I get down there. All in the mist. I'm trying to fix my mind back into forgiveness. It's so hard. Y'all don't even understand. Sometimes it take like, I don't know what in me. It might be, I don't know which placement, right? Exactly is the one that's a grudge holder. It might be. Let me just think. It might just be like having Sagittarius and Scorpio in the first house. It might be just having. No, I feel like Aquarius is. I feel like they don't hold grudges, so I can't say it's my Aquarius Mars. Let me look that up real quick. We learn together. Damn, they said Scorpio. They be reluctant to forgive. Scorpio. Scorpio and Libra. That makes sense. I said Aquarius, right? I have Libra in the 11th house, Scorpio in the 12th. I have Libra in the 11th and the 11th and 12th house. 11th and 12th house. Like, y'all know the I'm not looking at a whole house sign. I mean chart, right? I'm just looking at where they split at. So I have Libra in 11th and 12th house, and I have Scorpio in 12th and first house. The bitches is holding grudges like a mug, right? I guess lifetimes. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not at peace when I hold grudges. I'm not at peace when I am longing for peace. And the more that I call mine into my life and Devi into my system, I can't. I cannot. And she prepared me for this because I kept going back to a particular reading that I did myself. When I read, I don't be listening to my readings all the time. I don't listen back to my readings. I channel, and if it's something that's going to be for me to listen to, like, okay, that's about you specifically. I hope y'all can hear me. Let me just go see. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. All right. Let me get out of that. So, YouTube be playing. I got people in the chat up here, but I got nobody in it. I mean, not in the chat, but I got people watching up here, but nobody watching over here. But see, that's when people watch you from the internet, right? Like when people watch you from Safari or Google, like the actual internet, it doesn't show that they watching you. But somebody actually told me about that. Somebody told me about that. But I'm logged into my Googles because you gonna know that I'm watching. If I'm watching, you're going to know. I'm gonna open up my app because then I can keep it playing. Okay, I'm not subscribed to premium for no reason. So anywho, you see, like shit like that. That's not me. That's not me being forgiving. I'm throwing shots. I'm throwing shots. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm throwing little subtle shots, and I don't want to do that. So if I was to do this homework, right? If I was to do the homework, I think the things that would be writing down would sound more like a spell than a forgiveness letter. And then in my heart, I don't want to spell anybody. I don't want to mix forgiveness, love, and light with hex work. Because hex and hoes matter. That's trademark. I trademarked that. Hex and hoes matter. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to hex hoes. And you try to hex me, God bless you. That's between you and your gods. That don't got nothing to do with me. It ain't touching me. It ain't reaching me. It's between you and your gods. That's another shot too. So what we're going to do today is, in order to work towards forgiveness, right? Because I have faith that I will be able to forgive these people the same way I have forgiven old girl for lying on me on the internet, lying about my family. I forgave her. I forgave her. And that has been a major problem amongst the spiritual community, is that I am forgiving people for what they have done to me and to other people, because I don't want to be in that energy. I want to be in the energy of freedom. Nobody's going to tell me who I'm going to be mad at and who I'm going to be. Did they give me 2 red markers? Are these the same color red? It's very interesting. We're back and the sound is perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lori, babes. So today we are going to work on our forgiveness, our peace, our humanity, our love, and our light. That's what we're going to work on. We're not going to go on to faith because we have that. If we didn't have faith, we would not be here. Y'all wouldn't be on the live. Y'all wouldn't be watching me if we didn't have faith. We have faith. We have faith in our ancestors. We have faith in the gods that have always existed. We have faith in love and all of that. You get what I'm saying? So that's okay. But how can I, as a spiritual practitioner, knowing that I have so much right now, today, I have so much how can I preach and teach on faith? I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be like these other practitioners out here. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to do it. Y'all ain't gonna make me. Y'all is not gonna make me. Y'all not gonna make me into a hypocrite. I have spiritual integrity. I am hoping that the spiritual community has spiritual integrity where they move in truth and they move in light and they move in positive energy that brings peace amongst the world. We are sitting here practicing with a Hindu goddess and India is being attacked. There are places in India that are being attacked just this very morning. Just this morning, and y'all worried about what little old me is doing. There are hospitals being bombed in Haiti. Constantly, hospitals being born in Haiti. And y'all are worried about me. As opposed to finding some way to give back to the world. Do this homework. Do this homework, y'all. You get what I'm saying? I got to do the homework. How can I teach on faith next and money and currency and beauty and desire? How can I even show up to have some type of desire from the DV? I will be selfish. I will be selfish knowing that I'm getting ready to teach on faith, humility, desire, and beauty enhanced by the divine goddess. I'm not worried about no damn beauty. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about whether somebody see me as a Hindu goddess, if somebody see me as a this or that or da 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 da. If my eyebrows match, half the time I don't even have eyebrows for real. Okay? I draw these bitches on every day. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about my brothers and my sisters being free and being able to go to sleep and not wake up and they be dead. I'm worried about our kids. So I just want to move with true forgiveness so I can continue to do this work. So what we're going to do is I am going to talk to y'all and I am going to color the page that I chose. Okay? I'm going to color the pages that I chose and I am going to chant Maa Durga's mantra as I am coloring. And y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can report me. Y'all can like it. Y'all can not like it. I don't care. Okay? Y'all, my other people that do support me, I advise y'all, while I'm chanting or whatnot, either chant with me. Okay? Either chant with me, color y'all pages, or start writing out your forgiveness letter. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be on here. Maybe something I'm saying, it triggers a healing so that you can forgive other people as well too. The number 35 can be significant. Gemini and Leo could be very significant. I've seen 35 multiple times since we have been sitting here. Okay, let's see what 35 means. And I don't find it as a coincidence, as big as of a coincidence, that my notes are missing. I know what hoodoo is. I know what spell work is. I know all that. But it does not stop anything. I got an iPad. It's not being affected. I also have access because Divine Mother gave me access to multiple tools to be able to do this work. So y'all can continue to try to play in the energy, but y'all gonna get caught up by Callie. Okay? Because I am going to write my letters out and put each and every one of y'all name in a letter saying that I forgive y'all. So any animosity or, and it's not, the letters ain't gonna be just about y'all, it's about other people too. It's about other people too. We got work to do. We got work to do. We have work to do. I don't think everything is about y'all. Everything ain't about me either. So number 35, it says, wow. Carry a frequency of allowing a childlike faith to roam free. It connects the energy of 3 and 5 to bring it to an 8. The angel number is saying that it is safe to have a childlike faith and allow your imagination to roam in order to identify the path you like to take with work or a business idea. Whatever you do for work, you want to make sure you enjoy it. Okay? It's no way that y'all should be getting up every day doing something that makes you feel tense, that makes you feel out of whack, that makes you feel like it's a fucking spiritual attack. There's no way that you should be feeling like that. It's no way you should be feeling like that. I don't get up. This morning I got up. I was good. I had a dream about a corporate meeting. I didn't feel no type of way about it. I didn't go about my day worrying about who was talking about me, who wasn't talking about me. My right ear did not ring all day. So if somebody said something about me today, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. I didn't feel it. I didn't go searching for it. I don't care. That's the childlike energy that I'm having. And my son taught me a lesson today, right? My Aquarius son, he taught me a lesson today. So we didn't let him go to school today. We allowed him to stay at home today, not let him go to school because it ain't shit happening at the school. We allow him to stay home today, which never happens, right? So after school, his friends come knock at the door. Now, the other day, he didn't tell me. He told his dad something about this particular friend that came and knocked on the door. He like that friend had told on him that he was talking, but he was only talking because that friend had said something about him. But the boy came and knocked on the door, and so when I opened the door, now I already know the story, but when I be doing stories, I'm not supposed to say anything. All right, I'm supposed to hold it in and not be a mom. But I already know the story. I already know the little boy had asked him a question. The teacher was like, "Who was talking?" And the boy is like, "Nas was talking," right? Nas was mad. But he told me, so now I know, right? So when I see it on the conduct sheet, he like, "Hey, look, it's because the boy talked to me first." He was so upset about that. Childlike energy. He was so upset about it. And so I asked him, I'm like, what's wrong with you? He was like, nothing, I'm going to be over it in a minute. I'm like, okay. So I asked his dad, I'm like, what's wrong with him? He told me the story. I was like, should I go talk to him? He like, nah, no. Let him be over it in a minute. Today, Nas ain't go to school. He go to school. Like 4 kids showed up at the door, rang the bell. I opened the door. I'm like, hey. Now, as a mom, I'm looking at them upside their head like, okay, why y'all knocking on my door? Y'all just told on my baby and shit. Like, what happened? So they was like, is Nas here? Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything okay. Why? What's going on? They was like, he wasn't at school today. That never happens. Nas at school, perfect attendance, right? I'm like, he just stayed home. He wasn't feeling it. I'm saying he wasn't feeling it. I ain't want to say he didn't feel well. I ain't want to speak that energy out there, right? I was like, he just wasn't feeling it today. We let him stay home. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, why, y'all want to see him? You want to make sure he good? It's like, yeah. So I called Nas. I'm like, Nas, your friend's at the door. Friend's at the door. He like, can I walk him home? Yeah. He go walk him home. He come back. I was like, you good? Now he in there playing with him on the game. You hear what I'm saying? Childlike energy. Childlike energy. Now, us grown ass motherfuckers, right? Somebody be there, said something, whatever about us. We trying to hold the grudge. We trying to hold the grudge. And what's crazy is I looked up my son's chart today. And if I'm really remembering it, I don't think he has anything in Scorpio. I don't think he has anything in Scorpio. I think that's my air baby. I think that's my air baby. If I'm remembering it correctly, I think that's my air baby. I'm like, that's wild. But yeah, all the rest of us in this house, we scorpion, we scorpion like a motherfucker. That shit crazy. All of us. Got Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus, Scorpio, everything in this boy. That's crazy. I didn't even do anything in my marker. Look at that. Still about to write with it, color with it. Childlike energy. I got me messed up. I just bought these markers. Let me put the cap on it and do it the right way. Well, I guess that's, you know what? Let me not even do that. I guess that's why they gave me 2 red markers. They must have knew that one on, Divine must have knew that one on was going to be broke like that. Because I promise y'all, these is brand new markers. I got 2 red markers. So, yeah. So, DB has a red dress because it's passion. The color red represents action and it says she is usually wearing a red Sarah. The color red symbolizes action. Often Durga is depicted as riding on a lion or a tiger. The tiger symbolizes unlimited power. So her riding one indicates she possesses unlimited power. The lion is a symbol of uncontrolled animalistic tendencies such as anger, arrogance, selfishness, greed, jealousy, and the desire to harm others. Her sitting on a lion reminds us to control those qualities so that we are not controlled by them. Control those qualities so that we are not controlled by them. So in our letters, we have to list that rage. We have to, those qualities right there that we don't want to be controlled by, we're going to have to list those. We're going to have to say, Divine Mother, this person has made me angry. This person, and you do it for yourself too, and you do it for others. You'll realize, you know what? I think I'm going to do my letters to others first, so that way I can take accountability after. Not after, but that way I can see how I'm projecting the energy. Because it's all, remember what I said in the reading? I said, you can't question other people without questioning yourself. I meant that. I meant that. That's what Spirit gave me. That's what I meant. And I said that shit. I said it. So it's just about time that we all just move with a little bit more integrity. And if anybody get mad, they just get mad. They need to ride on a lion. Or do this work. So she is depicted with 8 arms, right? And each arm has a I like that. It would definitely help. Each arm has a weapon, and each weapon is a contribution. Contribution, that's the word I want to use. contribution from other gods that she has used so that she can slay the demons. Right before war, any war, any war, there's usually a blowing in the conch shell at, at the start of the war and the end of the war. And wars don't continue on all damn day. All right? We bow to the divine goddess who resides in the form, who resides in all existence, who resides in the form of sleep. Ain't nobody bothering you in your dreams and shit. You get what I'm saying? That's where that's in sleep, in the form of sleep and rest. Those are two different things. Remember I told y'all there's three forms of consciousness and then there's the divine consciousness, okay? Sleep, no, awake, sleep, and dreaming, okay? When you're dreaming, you are actively doing work in the other physical realm, right? You're so close to DV. You're so close to DV when you're dreaming. But what is it that she's sharing with y'all? What is it that she's telling y'all? You know, they gave me a dream this morning. If I would have just took the dream, I would have woke up and on some rah, 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 rah. I was like, oh no, I got to read into this. There was 4 messengers. And what's crazy is that I'm pretty sure if you're doing this work, you're dreaming. You're dreaming. There were 4 messengers. And all day today, I have received messages. So far, I've had a dream. My sister had a dream. Lori had a dream. Right? And I'm sure someone else has had a dream too. Right? They might not tell me. They might not tell me. But I'm sure that they have. If they're doing this work. Right? If I put all of our dreams together, what it's telling me is that there are seeds being planted, baby. There are seeds being planted from the Divine Mother into each one of our consciousness so that we can do the work that we are designed to do. There is something that is being planted into our consciousness from Devi that she wants us to work on. But in order to really get crystal clear on what the message is, we have to move that malice out of our hearts. And these demons do not want us to. They want us to stay mad. They want us to stay in the same energy that they in. If you get upset that I'm calling you a demon, do something about it. Move over to the light. Because you ain't right. So it says, Goddess Durga, Maa Durga is a protective mother of the universe. She is one of the principal forms of Shakti, the divine. She is one of the principal forms of Shakti. God bless me. Thank you. The divine feminine energy in Hindu religion. Maa Durga is the warrior goddess. As such, she is willing to unleash her vengeance in order to combat evil and demonic forces that threaten peace and prosperity. She's going to combat the energy that threaten peace and prosperity. So let's just say, and this is just like why we got to stay right here for a minute. Because peace and that anybody that is trying to have any form of peace, any form of connection with Devi, if that is shaken, mine feels it. Mine feels it. You're shaking the foundation of her creation. Goddess Durga represents the power of the supreme being that preserves moral order and righteousness in the creation. In Sanskrit, Durga means a fort or a place that is difficult to overturn. You can't win. You cannot win against her. You can't win against her. So I believe that this is one of the reasons why when I was like what am I about to do? What am I about to create? And I was being moved towards this energy. And it was three things that came up, right? Three things that came up. Kali, the Mahavis, and Maa Durga, right? And I looked at these three forms of it. The Mahavis is not three forms, okay? That's not three forms. But I looked at these three passages to the divine, three ways to the divine. I don't even want to say three ways because the Mahavis is not. That's not it, right? That's not. The Mahavis are different aspects of the Divine Mother, different avatars of the Divine Mother, right? And let me just show you. Here we go. All right. So 10 avatars. 10 avatars of the Divine Mother, right? 10 fierce avatars. Fierce avatars of the Divine Mother. Now, anytime that you are doing this ain't for play, right? This is not for play. This energy, tantric energy, Hinduism, the Divine Mother, they're not for play. They're not something that you can be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna teach on this and I'm not gonna experience anything. This is not that type of work, right? If you call Shati name, you feel her. You call Maa Durga name, you feel her. You just say Ma, right? You feel her. Just say it. Just say it. I challenge y'all. Say it. Ma. Right? Just be like, Ma. She know you calling out to her. Okay? Now, how she show up when you dealing with the Mahavis, right? You want to play in the energy, or you want to try to manipulate or do it for any reason other than you want to, learn which path you're supposed to take, right? She just started teaching you lessons. She just started teaching you lessons. She started breaking down your karma. She started putting it in front of you and saying, okay, you want to do that? Here you go. Work on this. Here you go. Work on this. This is yours. This is yours. This is yours. Nope. They can't have it. Here. This is yours, right? So when I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do Kali, Maa Durga, or the Mahavis, right? I was like, let me find peace first, right? Let me find peace. I wasn't in a chaotic space. I just knew that I have my foot on somebody's neck where, my spirit team had already told me, let loose. Like we got that handle, we got that taken care of. That whole situation is out the door. It's done. It's over. It ain't never gonna happen again. Ain't nobody gonna lie on you and get away with it like that. We just had to teach you a lesson on how to let go and release and let us be in control, right? Instead of trying to control another. Okay? Who are you to put a bitch in the freezer and hold up her karma? Take her ass out the freezer and let her deal with this shit. So I was like, oh, okay. Don't do that, right? So I didn't choose Kali because the first order, and because I know who's watching me. I know who's watching me. Even if you're quiet, I know who's watching me, right? I know where you at. I know what you're doing. I know, but I don't know, right? I know the energy that I want to attract. And I know what I was saying out my mouth on the energy that I wanted to attract, right? But I was like, I can't do Cali. Cali is, man, Cali is like, I love her. I love her. I love her wild energy. I love that, only Shiva can lay down and calm her down. You get what I'm saying? I love that about her. I love that about her. I love how protective she is. I love how I feel when I do her mantras. I love how I feel where she shows up in my life and she handles shit and she gets shit done. I love that, she just don't allow certain shit. Okay, that's why I don't be seeing shit. That's why I don't be seeing shit. She caught it before I did. So I was like, I don't want nobody to I started thinking about everybody as a whole. I didn't want anybody to do these lessons how I had did them first, right? And when I first had did lessons like this, right? Devotion lessons like this, Callie changed my life. But I can't even lie, I was tripping. I called the guru in charge and he did not answer the phone. And I was like, hey, is this supposed to be happening? He like, yeah. He just sent me a text back like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm like, that's wild. And one thing about the Divine Mother though is that she takes you further than you ever been. Further than you think or imagine that you can go to. I just was like, somebody need to answer their phone. They like keep doing the lessons. I'm like, somebody need to answer their phone. I need counseling. I need to talk to somebody. Like wild energy, like rage. I'm like, I never felt rage like that because I'm a forgiving person. And I used to say, I forgive, my deities don't. But they do. They just clean it up first. They do. My deities forgive. My Hindu goddess deities forgive. I don't know about the Haitian deities though. They still fucking people up. But I don't invoke them into my practices now. Ursula is the only one that is honored. And it's nothing to do with nothing, but Ursula is the only one that's honored in my house still. And I know she doesn't like to be with other deities, so I still got her separate. And that's only because it was told to me and confirmed to me that from the very beginning she's been walking with me. So I don't wanna forget about her. She was with me during a lot of times. And I really feel that my children love her. I love her too, but I really feel my children love her. And so I'm going to continue to honor her in ways that I can. So, anywho, so I had to decide whether I wanted to do. Don't abuse your deities though. Okay, don't use your deities to try to do work on people. Don't use the deities to try to do work on people and you're not even honoring the deities for real. Okay, don't do that. Or your ancestors. Your ancestors or the deities. They don't like that. That's a guaranteed way to get a return to sender without the said person doing anything. So, anywho, I had to decide which way I wanted to do. So, the Mahavis is 10 goddesses, right? And then what I was going to do was I was going to do a goddess a week, right? Discussing the goddess, talking about the goddess. But then it was Krishna that told me that would be irresponsible when it comes to doing my duty. Okay. When it comes to doing what I'm supposed to do, Krishna told me it would be irresponsible if I did it that way. And so when I continue to say, what am I supposed to be teaching when it comes to, I don't know everything, right? I'm like, what am I supposed to be teaching when it comes to these Hindu goddesses, right? I know hoodoo, front, back, my hand, my own hoodoo, right? My family hoodoo. I know that front, back of my hand. So I'm like, how am I supposed to teach about these Hindu goddesses? And I only know, what I'm saying. I only know, but I know a lot, but I don't know a lot. I can't pronounce the words correctly. I can't, say everybody's name. I can tell y'all a story, and I'm like, yeah, Pajapapi. That might not be his name. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? And they said Shati will give you what you need. I was like, will she now? I was like, you got faith and all. I was like, oh, okay, I do. It was like, haven't she always given you what you needed? When you asked for, a, I asked for exactly $10,000. Okay? I asked for exactly to win the Texas lottery. She like, ain't I always did what you asked me to do? You did it wrong, but didn't I do what you asked me to do? So do you not have faith? I'm like, you right. But it wasn't in the form of Shati that I did any of that, y'all. I did some of the stuff wrong and inappropriate. I'm not going to tell y'all what deities I was talking to or anything like that. We'll cross those paths when we get there. Okay. It was like, did you ask for a dream on the food, on the food tip? They're like, did we give you just that? Did you ask to come out the hospital? I'm like, dang. Put me right back in it, but just in a different department. Okay? It was like, but you said you wanted to be with the food. I'm like, y'all know what? Y'all right. Did you ask for this significant amount of money? An hour? And still be able to do this? I'm like, you right. You right. They're like, where is your faith? I'm like, I have it. I have it. I put it down for a second, but I picked it back up. You right. Let me start with Shati. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to do Shati. And then Maa Durga came to me like that. When Maa Durga came to me, and it was like, this is Maa Durga, this is what we doing. I didn't question it. I didn't do anything. I didn't go try to read on it. I ain't do nothing. It was just literally like, okay, we doing Durga lessons. I told y'all to prepare for the Mahavis, and we did Durga lessons. But I see why, where, when, how this all came together. We coloring, okay? Look at this. So this is one red marker. This is the other. Look at that. Like, these are brand new. I just opened these today. That's wild business. I find it so funny that China, the wrestler, was in my dream. I'm tired. It's so pretty. So it says that we should use Durga's slokas verses and their English meaning to help us understand how Goddess Durga wisdom can empower us, nurture us, and inspire transformation. Okay? Embrace your inner strength. Goddess Durga, this depiction with multiple arms, each carrying a weapon, symbolizes her immersed power. She is standing on an embodiment of Shakti, the divine feminine energy, which is a powerful reminder of strength that resides within each one of us. You know what's crazy? I don't know if this tie into each other or whatnot, right? But you know what? I'm gonna tie it into each other. But the strength card, right? The strength card, there's a lion and a woman the um on the card, right? There's a lion and a woman on the card. And it's like she's taming the lion. Look at that with that red dress on too. So it says strength that resides within each one of us. Okay, meaning solution to the to the mother goddess who is auspicious of all that is auspicious in the consort of Shiva, who fulfills all desires. I bow to the goddess in the three-eyed guru, who is embodiment of the purest compassion. And the lesson is embrace your inner strength and utilize it to face life challenges with unwavering confidence, right? Confidence, not cockiness, not ego, confidence. And it says in this tarot deck for strength, it says wearing the same luminous hat as the magician, the woman forces open a lion's mouth while a vulture onlooks. A vulture onlooks. The goddess of strength opens the second decade of trumps the feminine spiritual realm as the magician opens the first. Okay, masculine sector grouping. The lion's mouth is a ancient symbol for the underworld gates, attended by the vulture. Strength is needed for trials to come. She gives inner fortitude, the courage to endure, and the determination to reach a goal. To reach the goal, not a goal, the goal. The goal. So it says, face your fears. Goddess Durga defeats the demon Bashura symbolizes the trump over fear and negativity. Her strength lies not in avoiding challenges, but in confronting them head on. The following verses reflect her universal presence of source of power. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again. Devi, who resides in all beings as power, I bow to her. Ooh. And the lesson says, conquer your fears and doubts, for they often serve as the greatest obstacle to success and happiness. Let me not do that. So, in order to have success and happiness, you definitely have to conquer your fears. And fears show up in your heart as jealousy, malice, envy, anger, sadness, grief, all of that. Goddess Durga, okay, so it says, balancing feminine and masculine energies. Goddess Durga gracefully yet powerful attributes highlight the importance of embracing both the feminine and masculine qualities. In her, we find an embodiment of gender equality and a challenge to social norms. The following verse conveys her status as the source of all powers. O Shakti, O Mahama, O Kapara Kara, Rudarani, O Ma Mahivashi, you are the source of all power, and you bestow grace. Embrace both your feminine and masculine qualities to lead a harmonious, empowered life. Nurture your relationships. Okay? Goddess Durga, hey, don't scratch on my couch. Goddess Durga, a loving presence with her children, Ganesh and Karake, emphasize the significance of nurturing and protecting our relationships. She symbolized the universal maternal love and protection. The following verse underscores her omnipresence as a mother figure. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again and again. Devi, who resides in all beings as a mother, I bow. Prioritize your relationships and create a strong, supportive system for yourself and for your loved ones. Prioritize your relationships. Prioritize your relationships. The people that love you, the people that, support you, the people that understand you, not agree with you just because you're saying some shit, but understand you. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's going to listen to you and hear you speak from your heart. That's going to correct you with love, not with ego. Okay? Prioritize those people. That's very interesting that says prioritize your relationships, because I literally said today, I said, you know what? No more. I'm going to prioritize my relationships. I'm not going to battle with anybody that don't support me and that don't, manipulate the energy. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show love to the people that I can feel them trying to be supportive. Okay? I don't care what it looks like. Like Lori, she always here. Not just that she always here. I know if I pick up a phone and call her, she's going to listen to me, hear me out, not agree with me all the time. You get what I'm saying? My sisters, my children, my husband, Amazing Grace. Okay? These people have tried to defend me, and I be like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. We're not gonna bandwagon together or whatever the case is. But they also put me in my place, and I hear something that they're saying. You get what I'm saying? And it's coming from, this is how the Divine Mother shows up in other people to give you messages. They be like, you know what? I knew you was about to call. I knew you was about to send me this message. I really feel this. You get what I'm saying? And I have to support those people more because they're supporting me more. As I'm doing this divine mother work, I'm looking at them as not just the divine mother exists in all, again and again and again. And the more that I bow down to her, the more I'm going to see her in others. Okay? Preserve through challenges. So the lesson says prioritize your relationships, creating strong support systems for yourself and your loved ones. Okay? Preserve through challenges. In her relentless battle with Mashur, Goddess Durga teaches us the value of persistence in the face of formidable challenges. The following verse captures the essence of her grace and her courage. And it says, Goddess Durga, you remembered when Goddess Durga, when remembered, you remove all fear from your devotees. When you know what I love about the iPad? You get a word that you don't know, you can just look it up. To win or regain the favor of a god, a spirit, or a person by doing something that pleases them. Appease. When appeased, you bestow your intellect and courage along with good fortune. So that statement says, and Divine Mother has always said, you could bring me a flower, you could bring me a glass of water, you can just say my name, just chant my name, call out to me, Ma. You got me? You got me. You get what I'm saying? When you appease the goddess, when remembered, Goddess Durga, when remembered, you remove all fear from your devotees. She removes all fear from devotees. Ain't no spell work touching y'all. And when you remember, Ma got your back, Devi got your back, Goddess Durga got your back, there's nothing. You remove all fear from your devotees. When appeased, you bestow your intellect and courage among good fortune. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. Oh, Kendrick Lamar just came in my head. Ace, I know you better not jump up on this table. No. Embrace change and transformation. Goddess Durga, multitudes of forms doing Navritya, serves as a reminder that change and transformations are essential to life. Embracing these transitions often lead to personal growth and self-discovery. The following verse underscores her victory over Mashur. Jaya Jaya, He Mashura, Rama Kapide, Shishutra. Okay? She know what I meant. Alright? It says, the lesson says, embrace change and transformation as opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. Alright? This next one. Alright? Practice compassion and forgiveness. Yes, AC. Practice compassion and forgiveness. Despite her fierceness in battle, Goddess Durga embodies compassion and forgiveness. She highlights the significance of these qualities in our relationships and towards ourselves. The following verse emphasizes her presence as a harboring of peace. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again and again. Devi, who resides in all beings as peace, I bow to her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again and again. Devi, who resides in all beings as peace, I bow to her. Let's write that in red. Namaste, namaste, namo namaha. Namaste, 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 namo namaha. So I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again and again. Devi, who resides in all beings as a form of peace, I bow to her. It says the lesson is practice compassion and forgiveness, for they have the power to heal wounds and foster love and harmony. In conclusion, it says Goddess Durga's teachings transcend cultural and religious boundaries, offering universal life lessons that empower, that nurture resilience and inspire transformation. As we celebrate the divine energy of the Goddess Durga, let us reflect on these teachings and integrate them into our individual life journey. By embracing our inner strength, confronting fears, nurturing relationships, and preserving through challenges. Welcome change, practice compassion, practicing welcome change and practicing compassion and forgiveness. We can lead our lives that are more empowered and resilient and transformed. Absolutely. All right, so let me go ahead and finish. Sire, sire. Come here. My iPad is ready to die. Matter of fact, let me go and put that link that I was reading from.
Hey, everybody, turn your power up if your phone know.
I'm live, baby.
Oh, they probably know that song. That's that young boy.
Okay, listen. Put on something warm. It's cold in here, and I want you to stay warm. Can you put on something warm though? Still.
I got you, broski. I got you, broski.
This boy. It is cold in here. Ooh, bird. It's cold in here. It must be some Durgas in the atmosphere. I said, boo. It's cold in here. I play too much. What y'all gonna do about it though? When I was a cheerleader, that was one of the cheers. But it was cheetahs. It was for the cheetahs. I think it's so funny, like lions, cats, and all of that has always been like, why? How? Lions and cats have always been like in my world. Like my horoscope is a tiger. My Chinese zodiac is a tiger. I went to the cheetah school. Well, that was the mascot. And for that particular school with the cheetahs, it was up under a church. It was like ran through a church. That was a crazy school. That was a crazy school. Like, y'all know those scuff marks of like your shoes when they scuff the floors and they make a black mark? So when we would get in trouble, we would have to use a toothbrush and scrub the floor. Right. Don't get up here. No. No. Go. We would have to use the toothbrush and scrub the floors to like clean up the floors. That was so wild to me. I didn't like that. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. So I used to stay out of trouble. I not necessarily, but I used to stay out of that type of trouble that would get me an ISS or something like that. Um, and then I went to a school called Mayat. MAAT. necessarily feeling that color that I put right there, but it's there already because I'm using markers, so I just have to accept it. But I'm not really feeling that particular color right there. But what can I do about it? It's already there, right? I colored. I don't like that I did the pink and the red up there. I'm not feeling that. But you know what? I'm not gonna start over. I'm just gonna continue to make it as pretty as I can. And know that it's all gonna come together. I'm throwing the yellow in there, so yellow make everything better. So I'm gonna do the next lessons when I get my letters written. And that's how y'all know I got my letters written. I'm not gonna take a long time writing those letters either, because Callie had already giving me instructions on writing letters before I even started this. Maa Durga's thing, Callie had already gave me instruction about writing letters, so doesn't seem like it's much I have to do. I just have to write out I just gotta write a few more. I just gotta write a few more so that, you know, I can write the one for the world. I need to write the one for the world. And especially like what happened this morning. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Well, today. This morning. Morning for me, but it was nighttime for them. It's nighttime in India. Right now it's morning time. Look at that. It's morning time. That's words. That's the wordplay. It's rising time there in India. But they are morning this morning. I'm sure they are. If you ever want to know, like, what is a twin flame, right? Shiva and Shakti is a really good example. Like a form of the twin flame, Shiva and Shakti. Like, they never abandon their duty and what they supposed to do just to be in a relationship. Just to say that somebody got them. That's why we have to do the letters of forgiveness so that we don't abandon our duty. Oh, have a good night. Thank you, JJ. Lori, the other moderator that I had added, he's very good at Vedic astrology. Like like he's very knowledgeable at the Hindu lessons and stuff too. Very knowledgeable. I think you was asleep on the video I did with the accountability. Like after I went live for like 4 freaking hours, right? And I had came back on live, and I was like, you know what? I'm so sorry for wasting y'all time, and I want to apologize to you too. Is he a creator too? I don't think so. I don't think so. He doesn't. I went to his page. He doesn't. I really just made him a moderator. I know that I'm gonna have 2 other moderators, and I was like, I just don't know who they are, right? Um, and when I came back on live, I was literally we was talking about the Bible, we was talking about the Bible Gita, we was talking about dreams. It was a very resourceful live when it comes to like the Hindu goddesses and the Bible. And he just was on point. And I was like, I'm gonna make you I was like, I'm gonna make you a moderator because I wasn't catching everything that people was saying. And he was on it. He was like, no, 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 like, all in the comments, like how you was. Like how you are, but on a Vedic astrology thing and on a like on the tantric stuff. Like he knows a lot of tantric. And so when we was talking, I told you I don't know how to pronounce everything. I don't know how to pronounce everything. And he was like, this is how it's spelled. Because I was like, let me just spell it for y'all. And he was putting it in the chats and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to make you a moderator. Yeah, it's under the accountability. It says accountability. I'm sorry for wasting y'all time video on my page. And it was a lot of people on there too. And that's how I know, like, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. This is what we doing. This the energy that we moving. And I was like, whenever he shows up or whatnot. And if we talking about this energy, he's like, he's gonna tap in and listen and what do you call that? I'm gonna watch it back. Never got the notification that you got back. Girl, I did the mantras and I had did a prayer with Sire. And I was the whole energy was like, you need to go back on there and take accountability. You got to. You got to. And I'm like, why? Why? It was like, because the whole time you was live, we was telling you like you hard headed. Which is true. Divine was telling me that I'm hard headed. I kept saying that. I listened back to the 4. If I wasted y'all time, I wasted my time too. Cause I listened back to the 4-hour, talk that I did where this girl is talking about what she talking about. And I'm like, you ain't clocking nothing, whatever. And I'm just showing her all the other stuff. And I listened to it and I should have I was like, I could have said this. I could have said that. I could have did this. But Divine is like, you are so hard-headed. We told you that you said it multiple times on the live too, that you were it was. I did. And it was true. Because I did the mantras. I did the mantras and meditated, and I was like, damn, this is not patient forgiveness. This is aggravation. This is me aggravating their demons when I'm supposed to be helping them kill their little demons off too. So after that, I just decided that, you know, that's when I decided to block them off of my page too. Because at the end of the day, they all have my telephone number. So if they want to call me and talk, they can call me and talk. They got something to say with me. You know, everything else is just done for clout and done for the internet. And that's just what it's gonna have to be. That's just what it's gonna have to be. Everybody can't go. But ain't nobody clocking nothing or nothing like that. I even went back today. This is how forgiving, like, my access denied. Access denied on my social media. Access denied on my social media. They still can use the phone and pick up and call me, but they ain't gonna do that. They ain't mature enough for that. They ain't gonna do it right now. But this is how still, like, kind of open-mindedly I am about healing the collective, including those beings, right? Those people that I could attack them, I could read them, I could pull cards on them, I could do all of that, right? Because essentially they are speaking on me, right? And so if I wanted to get permission to read them, if I wanted to, then I could just do it, right? Because you violate mine, I violate yours. But that's not where the Divine Mother wants me to have patient forgiveness at. She's just like, ah. So today I had, and this is not me, you know, verifying anything, doing anything like that, right? Today, my sister had asked me, she was like, you didn't know Stashi before this? And I said, I did not know that. She said, before Eva, did I know Stashi? Or, you know, before 2024? Because my sister watched it too. The first thing she said to me was like, why was you so fucking long on that shit? Why was you on the internet so late at night? I'm like, because I don't fucking know. Right? Like, don't do that. So she had asked me if I had knew the girl, the woman. She ain't no girl. She a grown-ass woman. She had asked me if I knew her, and I was like, I never knew her before 2024. I didn't know she existed or anything like that. And I'm a person that I always take screenshots, right? I always take screenshots. Not to prove anything later, but I don't know. It's so weird. Like, not always take screenshots, but I be having screenshots, right? And I have a really good memory when it comes to, like, when somebody popped up and when they didn't pop up, right? I might not remember the energy that you came in originally, right? But I can kind of remember when you popped up. It's so cold in here. And so, I this woman said that I've been copying her and doing all this stuff and da 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 da, right? So today I had took I went to the reading where I know that this woman came into existence in my energy, not like in my energy like playing or anything like that, but and she came into existence. And so I took a screenshot and I'm talking to my sister and she asked me, she was like, you sure you didn't know her before? I was like, I don't even know why this lady upset or anything like that. To be honest, I don't. And so I was like, I don't be on her page. I said, exactly what I said. I see that I was trauma bonding. Okay? Like I was trauma bonding with somebody. Essentially, because somebody was trying to attack me and they was attacking her, I didn't want to gang up with her like that. But I'm just like, you know what? When spiritualists with big platforms are taken from small platforms, and this is my mindset at that time, we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. We have to speak out. But then I realized that she was not speaking out. Like what she doing on to me, saying me, talking about me, she ain't do that. She ain't do all that. She ain't do all that for old girl that was planning her energy for her husband, right? She ain't do all that. She made one video and that was it. So I essentially was like, well, you know what? I'm going to not support her on that tip, but I was like, we have to work together to not work together like work together, but we have to protect ourselves. So I'm going to subscribe to her. But then I've never, ever, 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 and I say this before 2024, I ain't never really liked tarot readers that don't show their face. And I never have. I'm not saying I don't like them, but I like to see that people ain't playing with dark demonic energy. I like to see that. So I looked at a couple of her readings back then, and I was like, they don't resonate with me. And I even said on that live, I was like, I think I'm missing something. And like I said, I never read that energy to see whether she was lying or telling the truth or whatever the case is, right? So I had took a screenshot. I had took a screenshot of, let me just save this because I don't want me and my sister's messages to show. I just seen your messages. All I seen is the fire in me. So I had took a screenshot from the video. Oh, y'all see that? That was at 12 o'clock. I was talking to my sister and I took a screenshot, not 12 o'clock tonight, 12 o'clock earlier, when I was talking to my sister about it. Because she was like, you sure you never knew who Sashi was? I said, I never knew who she was. Never been on her page, never, like, I've been on her page then, and I'm really quick to unsubscribe to people, and they may not even know, but I'm really quick to unsubscribe to people, okay? It don't be nothing against the person, but my delete a follower and unsubscribe from a person is so ruthless, okay? You will look up and you be like, damn, she don't follow me. And I think, Lori, you could probably vouch for this since you you color very fast. I just realized I would have been coloring into the next day. Do I color very fast? So, Lori, you could probably vouch for this, like, cause you've been on my Twitter, my old Twitter and my new Twitter, and I be deleting followers. I delete everybody. Quick, fast, in a hurry. I unfollow people and delete them because I don't believe in just unfollowing people. I will also have that person unfollow me as well too. It don't be nothing malicious or malice or anything like that, but I just be like, you know what? Let me clear the energy. I never cared about a follower. I've deleted all my followers off of YouTube multiple times, right? So I had took a screenshot, and this is the day that I did that reading. April 20th, 2024. I didn't know that lady before that. I never been on her page or nothing. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I've been doing spiritual work way before April 20th, 2024. And this person, Miss Who Me, she came into my reading while I was live, and she said, "Have you seen the lady Tosh Terrell with Stassi?" And she said she is talking about the same thing. And on the video, which is not private, it's on my page. On the video, I said, "Who?" Like, who is she talking about? And she was like, she talking about Eva, what the case is. And she told me, she said, you need to hurry up because she deletes her lives soon after. She doesn't keep her lives up. She tried to pull husband from her husband. And I was like, oh my God, seriously? And she was like, yes. That's the only, that was the first time I ever came across this lady. Today, I even sent that to the Stassi lady. And I was like, I just want you to know that I never knew you before April 20th, 2024. So you can't say that I'm stealing from your page, that I'm doing anything from your page or anything. I've been doing this. Like, so just continue to do your work and just stop. Just stop. You're riling up dark demonic energy for no reason. For no reason. And then when it comes to like Bree and Urban Alchemists, like those Urban Alchemists, I came across her on Callie's energy. Okay? On the Divine Mother's energy. And this is the second person that I have came across that has said that they respect the Divine Mother and they're disrespectful to the Divine Feminine. And I have tried to be quiet about it. But the way I'm very protective about the Divine Mother, I think that they hear something that I'm not actually saying out my mouth when I'm talking about people. I wasn't directly talking about them or saying anything about them, but if it fit and it resonate with what it is that you're saying and what you're doing, then it's going to hit you where it hurt. And I'm sorry about that, but it's nothing I can do about that, And so, when people are not ready to heal and just like move forward with what we got to do and stuff, I can't pull them along. And Bree energy is just nasty. I don't like it. And so I just block them. And I'm like, if they got something to say to me or whatever the case is, after I write my forgiveness letters, then, maybe we could touch paths in the future, but not like working together or anything like that. Yeah, probably not like working together or anything like that. I'ma just keep them at a distance like that because patient forgiveness. You know what? I can't say I don't trust anybody like that or anything, but obviously they've been feeling some type of way about me. It's a disappointment, but obviously you've been feeling some type of way about me, and that goes for Urban Alchemist. She been feeling some type of way, and I forgive her for feeling the way that she feel. But there's nothing that I can do about it. It's nothing that I can do about it. What, you want me to stop being who I am? That is true. I witnessed it happen twice now with two different people on your lives. Yeah. Which part? Which part is true that you witnessed? Like, I'm just at the part where I'm like, if people don't want to, like I had already said, trolls are gonna troll. And then I also don't like backhanded comments. Like, I don't like backhanded compliments or comments. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You said something about they heard something else that's absolutely was not said. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a form of mirror magic. That's a form of mirror magic. And when you play in too much mirror magic, you start hearing and seeing things that, But my sister made such a good point today. She made such a good point. She said that there was a goddess. She didn't say, but there was a goddess, right? She didn't say what the goddess name was. She just told me that there was a goddess that at one point they were throwing, in order to cloak, let's just say they want to cloak an angel, right? There's a higher power, a higher goddess. Thank you so much. There's a higher goddess that is cloaking, for example, my energy. So they're going to get illusions. And that's kind of what Callie do. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. People want to be in drama so bad. And I'm not gonna participate in it that way. Only drama I'm gonna participate in is if somebody called me back from a acting audition or something like that. Okay, that's the only type of drama I'm gonna participate in. I'm not participating in no YouTube drama where these people have my telephone number and they don't call. That's wild business. That's so weird to me. That's so weird to me. If somebody gave me their telephone number, I would definitely pick up the phone and be calling their asses quick, fast, in a hurry. Like, hey, yo, what you talking about, homie? You ain't talking about nothing. What you talking about? Yeah, like let's have a conversation. And I know, I know me, and I know what's real and what's not. So them doing a fake readings, fake talks, and all that stuff, all it is, it just shows who they are. It just shows who they are. I didn't say nothing about nobody marriage. I ain't say nothing about nobody relationship. I ain't say nothing about nobody kids. I ain't say nothing about how anybody look. I didn't. Every time I said the word bitch, I always said that it's out of a term of an endearment. Okay, and I meant that from the bottom of my heart. So I'm not gonna make nobody turn me into a calculated ass person. So I absolutely have to find some type of forgiveness for being treated the way that I was treated for no reason, because they don't want to stop and think. They don't want to use they right side of their brain. Actually, the whole brain. Use the whole brain. Don't use the right or the left. Use the whole brain. Use the whole brain. Cause I'm like, girl, before you said something about this is my ring. I'm talking about Stashi. This is my ring. Where your ring at? That's dumb. That's dumb. You know how many of your followers don't have rings? You know how many people just truly love each other and they just married? Like, come on now. You can't do that to me. I didn't say nothing about how you look. I ain't say nothing about your eyebrows, your eyelashes, your nose, your lips, your face. I didn't say nothing like that. And I'm not even talking down on old girl, because I ain't say none of that shit. But you bring my looks into something. You talking about I got on makeup. I blow my nose 10 times on the damn live. Like, that shit don't make sense. 10 times on the live. Ain't no makeup on this paper. I use turmeric and honey on my face. That's why I look like I got a glow. And I do these lessons. I bow to the divine mother who exists in all, who resides in the form of beauty, enhanced by love. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking cute sometimes. So when I be on this bitch looking ugly and be doing ugly shit, she be like, you know what? Nah. Ain't no mirror magic going on over here. I don't do mirror magic. And my thing is, y'all should have said all of that before, before Bree worked y'all up and played in y'all energy. Because that's who working up and playing in y'all energy. And that goes for... And she even say that. She even say that on her page. That she playing energy. See, but I access denied, and I read that. I read that when I was on live with the girl. I was like, oh no, I ain't about to participate in this shit. You're not about to ride my spiritual coattail. And that's what people want to do. They want to ride other people's spiritual coattail. She's looking for a person to jump on because she don't have no work. And I'm not just saying that it's just her. Like, I ain't saying that it's just her, because I don't know why I bothered that girl so much. I was talking about a whole nother Capricorn that's quiet. Probably sitting back on my live too, watching. And I'm just like, we just got to do better. So there's when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And there's a certain amount of spiritual integrity that I think I held people at. And I just have to forgive myself for giving them that, I gotta forgive myself first for giving them that type of leeway. I feel like God used you as a vessel. I've been under people like that before, and the things that they do and say towards others is what led me here. Oh yeah. And I know I come on here and I'll be joking and stuff, but like this stuff, it bothered me. It did. This is honesty right here. It bothered me because I don't like people talking about me when I don't disrespect you. I ain't disrespected nobody since I disrespected Eva. I ain't disrespected nobody since I disrespected Eva. And these readings that I did, I ain't know they apply to y'all. I ain't know they apply to y'all, but y'all was taking them as that. I ain't know that. And then I come on here and I talk, and then I find out that y'all said something about me a month later. That's what happened with Bree. I went live. I did live. I did a live. And I still got that live as well too. And in the live, I wrote in the title, Bree, I am so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. I was live and I felt somebody in my energy. But I thought it was the Capricorn girl, right? And so I went to the Capricorn girl page because I'm like, who is this in my energy? I went to the Capricorn girl page and I'm like, nah, she ain't talking about me. She just mentioned it. She mentioned something that I said about Eva. And y'all know I don't like gang stalking. I don't like people that gang up on other people just because I got a problem with them or anything like that, right? And so she had mentioned something that I said about Eva. I sent her a hot little message. Not a hot message, like hot. I just told her, I said, people will respect you more as a practitioner if you, let's say, for instance, if you got a problem with her, your own personal problem, like say what your own personal problem is. Don't say what my problem is, right? You can say what my problem is, like, okay, yeah, she did this to her, da 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 da. But what was said was, I did the reading on Eva, and I had said that she about to get ready to cover up her face, right? I was like, she getting ready to cover up her face for a particular reason. And then, boom, that girl said it in her reading. Like, you know it's something going on because they covering up their face because this is going on. I was like, come on now, that's bullying, guys. That's bullying. You didn't get that off the top of your head. You said what I said verbatim about this girl. Verbatim. And so I just told her that, and she was like, yeah, I understand. She was like, you know what? I understand. Accountability. Left it the fuck alone, right? It didn't stop, but left it alone, okay? It stopped now, though. It stopped now. So I think when I was talking about her, and that's when I was outside. That's when I was outside and the lights was out. So after I had did that reading, I think Bree thought that I was already on her page. I know she thought that I was already on her page, but I never followed her. I never followed her. I never, ever, ever followed her. Even when I went on Urban Alchemist page and we was on the live together with Bree, I never followed Bree. She came on my page and she just was doing too much on my page. And I would just like what she said. I never responded back to her. Her and Urban Alchemist having a chat in my thing, which I got screenshots of all this stuff. When y'all do all that stuff right then and there, I take screenshots. So like today, I went to a particular message and I seen that Urban Alchemist had erased what she had put. So she going through my page to erase her comments off my page, but I already got screenshots of it, right? Just in case nothing. You know what? Not just in case nothing. I'm gonna go through my phone and I'm gonna erase all the screenshots that I have of these people being weird. And I'm just gonna say fuck it. Cause it's taking up too much storage in my phone too. It's been weird energy. It's been weird energy. And I need space to create. This is a part of the forgiveness. Not erasing old messages, old feelings, old text messages. So you can look back and be like, they ain't talking. What you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing. You ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna erase that shit on my phone. I erase that shit on my phone, on my laptop, on my iPad, because I got screenshots of them all, you know, being weird and calculated. All of them being weird and calculated. All of them. All of them. All of them. Every last single one of them. Y'all all been on my page so quiet. And y'all wait for me to do something like this or say something like this. And I have to forgive y'all for stalking and watching me and trying to cyber gang stalk me. And I just got to be patient for y'all to get y'all shit together. It's not karma. It's not karma. It's not karma. Because what you're doing to me is not, it's bothering some. But it ain't gonna stop nothing. Like Bree came on my page today and had wrote that I'm never gonna be prosperous. I seen that comment when I went up under when I was looking for Urban Alchemist comment. I had went to my YouTube studio and Bree had wrote, "You never gonna be prosperous" or something else. I don't know what else she said because I just put my phone number on it. And then I went back, I put my phone number. I replied to it and put my phone number. And I went back and I was like, you know what? Let me just erase this girl comment and just block her off my page. She got my phone number. She just was playing on my phone. She just was playing on my phone. I'm not imagining none of this stuff. I'm not crazy. I'm not, you know, I'm not crazy. I'm not losing it or anything. This girl was playing on my phone. She live in California and listen, I live in Texas. My business line when I use Google Plus, right? She was playing on my phone. I know she was playing on my phone, right? When I use Google, I say Google Plus, when I use Google Voice, that's my business line, right? The area code is 346. It's still a Texas number. Okay, it's still a Texas number. I live in Texas. She got the same zip code. She got the same zip code. Now that I know that it was her, you know, rallying up everybody and doing all this stuff. Not Stassi. Stassi got mad because I said that I don't want to. I don't know where she got mad from. I think maybe she got offended because she was watching me quietly and I had said that I started talking about people doing bad hoodoo and being bad teachers and stuff. And teaching y'all bad bad spells. That's only gonna backfire on y'all. And I'm not no longer doing that. I'm not gonna be that type of person. And I think she got mad and thought that I was talking about her because she watching too much. She watching too much and lying and saying that people is sending it to her. So I gotta forgive. I gotta forgive people for being liars, bad liars. And not wanting me to love on my kids, love on the world, teach lessons. This the same shit that was going on with old girl, and I ain't let her into my I let her into my energy, and it stopped and held up shit for a long time. I ain't about to do that with these women. These women. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm almost done. I'm just going to continue to do my work. I'm going to go to my altars. I'm going to go to my ancestors. I try not to go to my ancestors about stuff like this, but this morning with the ancestor download, my ancestors is absolutely like, all right, we already know what's happening. We already know what's going on. How you want to deal with it? I'm like, let DV handle it. Let Mama handle it. Y'all good. Let Mama handle it. Head of security. Just continue to support those relationships. And as long as you see God in everything and everybody, then can't nothing touch you. In the ways that they think that you can be touched. They drive themselves crazy because the people that was doing something to them, right? Not me, but the people that was doing something to them ignored them. They ignored them. They gave them silence. When they get online and they say something about them, they gave them silence, right? I know that feeling. I know that feeling. That feeling forces you to do your work. It forces you to do your work because for so long I have waited for old girl to take accountability after she did say what she said. It's not like I made this up out the top of my head. And that was the thing with Urban Alchemist. She kept trying to make it seem like I made the shit up off the top of my head about even like how you know your husband didn't do this. Like, bitch, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, because I'm doing my work. I'm doing my work. And I'm not a type of person that spammy coming. Listen, I'm not the type of person that never has any proof of anything. Okay? That includes everything. The one thing that my husband will say is, y'all know y'all not getting away with nothing with mom. Y'all know y'all not getting away with nothing. I did it. I did it too. I did it too, Lori. Okay? I ain't playing with them. Easy. Real quick. So, it's never been like that. Like the energy was being manipulated, you know? And can't nobody try to tell me it's something different. Now, there's something that I'm missing, and I know that Thank you so much. There's something that I'm missing, and I don't want to like be this type of person because I never read the energy of nobody else's husband. I only read mine's. Okay, I only read mine's. And when you've been with somebody for so long, and you've been in union with somebody for so long, you just know them. I don't care what people think anymore. I don't care what anybody think anymore. It took me a long time to let my karmic, you know what described this situation in the Bible where it says the wicked are running when no one is chasing them. It just came to me. Wow. The wicked is running when no one is chasing them. Let me take a screenshot of that. Of course the phone wants to hang up. I mean, not hang up, but do the thing that it does. Moving. The wicked is running when no one is chasing them. Yeah. So I never read the energy of nobody's husband. And honestly, I'm not gonna get online and be like, I don't give anybody permission to read me or to read my husband or to read anything like that. If you read something negative, right? You ain't talking about us. You ain't talking about us. You're projecting. You're projecting. Okay? You big time projecting. Because it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I do these meditations my husband doing with me. And I think that's been the problem is that I've always had somebody supportive. And that's why, like, when Bree did her reading on me, and I finally listened to that shit, I'm like, oh, she weird. She's so weird. You jealous. You jealous. I don't like women. Never have, never will, never been with a woman, nothing. I don't like women in that aspect. I know I give, like, you know, a balance of divine feminine and a divine masculine energy, but I don't like women. Never have, never will. And y'all can't be mad at me because I know my past life. I tapped into my Akashic records. If you think that you was a woman in the past life, right? You sadly mistaken, unless you like just your second birth. You know, but I'm a Sagittarius. So as a Sagittarius, I've been here hundreds of times. Okay? Hundreds of times. But I only got the number 108 for some reason. 108. Which is so crazy. Okay. Yeah, it is crazy because 108 is 108 bees on our malas and stuff like that. But that's all I got was like I've been here. This is my 108th lifetime, and it's been that since I had a reading done, a particular reading done by a real astrologist. Okay, and I'm just like, damn, I'm old as hell. Not I'm old as hell, but because it's people that's been here thousands of times. Okay, it's people out here older than me. I mean, like spiritually older than me. So as long as I remain attached to certain things, right? Like the material aspect of wait, let me say that right. As long as I remain attached to things like my husband, my kids, and shit like that, right? I'm always gonna be tested in those ways. I'm always gonna be tested in those ways. And I just have to come to the realization that I can't let what people say about, the hus, the kids, they're always gonna try to block. I told y'all, spiritual narcissists. I did this reading 1 year ago, and I said the first thing they try to attack is your electronics. Okay, never had this much spam on my page. Never had this much spam on my page. People coming on here just commenting all types of weird ass shit, right? Never experienced that. I never had that. But y'all wanna y'all so silly. Y'all don't like me, but y'all promoting me and to y'all people. And when they come over here, they gon' not experience any type of vampire-ness. They're not gonna experience that. So it's like we working together and y'all don't want to work together. Even if you don't want to mention my name, guess what? You say people are sending you my stuff, right? That means they know who I am, right? So if they know who I am, they're sending it to other people. They're promoting me as well. So it don't make sense if you don't like me and you're here, because you're still giving me a view. And that's what I had to realize when I was like, I don't want other people to see nasty work, unhealed work. And I guess that's where it like kind of stemmed from. That's why I unfollow people real quick, is because I be like, nah, I'm not going to promote that on my page. I'm not going to promote that. And when I unfollow people, right, I always go back and delete anytime that I was wrong. Now, I don't actually like come back and say, because I'm not doing it out of spite or anything like that. I asked the girl, like, I'm like, hey, call me. We could have had a conversation. But then I realized she was on some backhanded comment type shit, giving a compliment with a backhanded approach, like, oh, I'm moving out of ego. No, that's projecting. That's projecting. I'm moving out of your way as you project towards me. Absolutely. Okay. The dream state said that. Back away. You're getting moved out of the way as I am putting people in a place. You can't be here. You can't be here if you don't want to be put in the divine mother's place. My name is Intuitive Mom. Okay? That's a nickname. That means something. That means something. Intuitive Mom. Jupiter Occult is a business. It is a business. The Healing Garden is a business. Those are business. Those are places where knowledge is spread. Those is LLCs. Those is nonprofits. The Healing Garden, that's a nonprofit. Jupiter Occult, that's a nonprofit. Those are educational places. Sillies. But Intuitive Mom, Robbie Alexis doing business as Intuitive Mom. Listen to how that sounds, okay? Intuitive is somebody that is in the knowing or something. That's a, let me look up what intuitive is, right? Let me look up what, oh, my iPad died. The charger's over there. Ace, why you don't go get my charger? You cold? You cold, baby? Oh, are you cold? Come here. Oh, this your baby. It's cold. Oh, my baby is cold. Oh, I thought you was cold. We about to get off of here, okay? So you can get into your bed and I'm gonna get your blanket, okay? Okay. But yeah. So intuitive is, being an intuitive is just like knowing something comes from a higher dimension, a higher calling, enlightenment, a message. You get what I'm saying? And mom, okay, mom, mom. That's where intuitive mom came from. That's where intuitive mom came from. I seen a while ago she had did a post. She had did a post. One of these girls, one of these three girls had did a post, and it's old. It ain't new. It's old. It's old. It's old. This is when I was following her. So look at the date when you posted that, and I was like, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. They did a post and they said that people that frequently change their name have something to hide. And I was like, that's stupid. You need to change your motherfucking name. Your names are spells. People names mean something. Like there's this website, right? I think it's called geometric man, I wish I knew what it was. But basically you can look up the name of something and it breaks down into numerology and it gives you other names that is with numerology that those relate to. Intuitive mom, it breaks down and it carries the same energy as God. Alexis carries the same energy as God. I can't make it up. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. I found that out. I found that out from when I was doing the okay. When I was doing the spiritual Avengers, we was in the chat and we was talking, like in our private chat, and we was talking about, names being important. They was like, your name is this, da 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 da. And I'm like, what website is y'all looking on? Like, I didn't know that about numerology. And they was like, yeah, this is the website. So I always kept it. If I went on my phone, I'll tell y'all what it is. But I'll put it on my community post tomorrow. But how you can look up what your name is and what it stands for. Names mean something. Okay? They mean something. And I already had said, and that probably triggered people too. I had already said, like, if you got a stupid name, I'm just erasing your shit. I'm just erasing your shit. I don't want nothing. Okay, baby. Okay. I don't want nothing to do with nobody with a weird name that seem like they casting a spell every time somebody say your name. Like, that shit ain't cool, but okay. And I ain't talking about nobody's name. I'm just saying, in general. In general. I just know she said something about my name. I'm like, girl, y'all saying the same shit that everybody been saying. Guess what? It ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. I done been Maya Alexis, Intuitive Divi. Maya Alexis was my first avatar. Actually, it was just plain Robbie. That was when I first came onto MySpace. That was my name. And then Maya Alexis Creations is my food page. You're such a good kitty. Can you relax? You're such a good baby. Good baby. He want me to rub these feet all over him. He is so silly. So yeah. Anyway, I'm done. Patient forgiveness. It's just that some of the stuff that be said, it just don't be making sense. Duchess from Black. What up, Duchess from Black Ink Crew? I did a reading for her before, like with her permission. Like she booked it. I've done the reading for her and for another lady off of the Housewives. And all that came from having a nursing client. A client that was a nurse. I should check in on her. She was a traveling nurse. Not Duchess, but the lady. Like, y'all silly. You never know who you talking to, what you talking about. Oh my goodness. Cut the kitchen light off too, and then let's get ready for bed. Because it's 12:45. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. I bow to the Divine Mother who resides in the form of sleep. And I'm not sleepy, but I'm going to go force myself to go to sleep. I actually had some good rest today. All right. So I'm done. Yeah.
How long do I warm up?
Like 5 seconds, 5-10 seconds. So I'm done talking about patient forgiveness, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I hope that, you know, the people that's watching my reading, I hope that, you know, y'all got something tonight, known and unknown. Good night, Lori. Thank you so much for your help. Always, 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 always. But I hope y'all got something out of tonight. This. I'm always gonna show up as real, raw, uncut. I'm not faking it to make it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. If I do that, then I'm not finding no peace, no forgiveness. It's all rage. I mean, well, rage is good, but yes. All right. So, oh wait. Before I let y'all go, she said good night. I said good night, and I'm still here. Let me pull y'all a Bible Gita card. What does the Divine Mother want us to know from the Gita at this moment? For the collective and myself. Rare souls. Rare souls. You are amongst rare souls. So chapter 7, verse 3, rare souls. Of many thousands of men, one will attempt to reach perfection. And of the few who will reach this goal, only a rare soul will perhaps know me as I am. That's got to be a message for me. A lot of people, thousands and thousands of people will try to be perfect. Okay? It definitely does. It definitely does. And only a few will reach this goal. Only a rare soul will perhaps know me as I am. And Lori said, "Ha, this card seems to fit the dream you told us earlier." Absolutely. Give me one more card. And look at those lions in there. Give me one more card, Divine. Immovable Himalayas. Immovable Himalayas. And it says, of the great seers. Ooh, of the great seers. I am Bari of words. I am the symbol of sacrifices. I am Japa, the silent chant of the holy names. And I am amongst the immovable things. I am the Himalaya mountains. So the Divine Mother and Father exist in all, even the Himalaya mountains, the things that don't seem to move. They ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody going nowhere. You get what I'm saying? They here. They here. So we bow to the Divine Goddess who resides in the form of patient forgiveness. Just be patient with the energy. Forgive yourself. Be patient with yourself, y'all. Let's do our homework. All right. Vows 14 through 8. Write yourself and one other letter on a form of forgiveness. Write the world a letter. Don't forget that we are only burning the letters that we write ourselves and that we write others. And we are keeping the one for the world under the candle. Okay. Say our mantras 108 times every day. Color Maa Durga photo. Well, we got something done. Okay. Have patience with yourself. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later. Maa Kali, Maa Durga. All right, this video will definitely be public. I don't care. All right, Maa Kali, Maa Durga, bow to Sri Sai. May peace be with all. May peace be with all. Okay. See y'all later. Love y'all. This time for real.